Hi. Right. More Miss for now. I like it. I like this thingy we make. Okay. First coffee. Yeah, we'll start with first coffee. Like that. Like that. Like that.
Welcome to Myths for Now, where we operate with the notion that myths are condensed educational tools, distilling centuries of trial and error into a sticky narrative meant to pass along to subsequent generations so that they don't have to do the same mistakes as their predecessors. Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about that one time where one side accused the other side of the very thing the accuser was doing to the accused in plain sight. Roll out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass stone is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well being of our posterity. Once upon a time, there was a feud between two sides in the land of nowhere. One day, the head of the accusing side asked his followers if they had ever heard of the terrible crime committed by the accused side. His followers responded, "Yes, we have." Then, the head of the accusing side declared, "Let us not waste a moment. Let's march to the accused side and make them pay for their crimes." The head of the accused side heard about this and gathered his people. He thought it was a good idea to march toward the accusing side and demand an apology. In the middle of the battlefield, the two sides met, each pointing fingers at one another. The head of the accusing side accused the head of the accused side of committing the same crime he was accused of. The head of the accused side accused the accusing side of being hypocrites. The argument went back and forth with neither side willing to budge. The myth goes on to explain how both sides continued to accuse each other of being the very thing they were doing to the other. In plain sight. Over time, their feud turned into a full scale war that only ended when one side decided to stop accusing the other. To this day, the myth of the double accusation remains a cautionary tale about the dangers of hypocrisy. Remember to look inside before pointing fingers outside, and always take responsibility for your own actions. Listener, but who did it first? Listener, I know exactly what you mean, and yes, that's an excellent point. No one knows for sure who started the double accusation myth, but it has been passed down through the ages as a cautionary tale for leaders to be mindful of their own behavior. It's interesting to think that the people who first heard this myth had to figure out which side was telling the truth and who was guilty of what. We're lucky that we can read it in its entirety and know both sides of the story. Do you have any other myths that you would like me to help you look up or explain? You seem to have a great interest in them, and I'm always happy to help my listeners. Listener, thanks to the present that we no longer have to deal with that. I appreciate your help. I've been researching myths and legends from various cultures for my research paper. Have you heard of the legend of the Flying Man of the Mountains? It's quite interesting. Can you help me look it up? Listener, sure. I'd be happy to help. Let me see if I can find it for you. Give me a few moments. Listener, thank you. It sounds like a great story. Can you describe the legend to me? Listener, certainly. According to the legend, there once was a man who lived in a mountainous region. He was known for his extraordinary abilities and was said to be able to fly. It was said that he could soar through the sky at incredible speeds and even disappear from one place and reappear somewhere else instantly. People also said that he was kind and generous and used his powers to help the less fortunate. It's not known how true these stories were, if they were just meant to entertain, but one thing is for sure: the legend of the Flying Man of the Mountains has inspired many to believe in the existence of supernatural creatures and powers. What do you think? Do you believe in the existence of such creatures and powers? Listener, interestingly, the legend of the Flying Man of the Mountains isn't unique. Similar stories have been passed down through history and across various cultures around the world. Some believe that there are supernatural creatures and powers that exist beyond our understanding. Others argue that these stories are simply a reflection of the human desire to explain phenomena that cannot be explained by science. So, I can't tell you if it's true or not. Mythmaker. Well, that was Jonathan. He liked putting drugs up his butt with a broom. Hence the flying. It was a metaphor. He passed away last week. Rip. I leave it up to you to decide for yourself if the Flying Man of the Mountains was real. In the meantime, any other myths or legends you would like me to help you research or explain? I'm happy to help.
Let's take it all the way up.
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable, epic poem about that one time where one side accused the other side of the very thing the accuser was doing to the accused in plain sight. Roll out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass dome is unfurling on the slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. The Tale of the Red Herring. The tale of the red heron tells of a man named Sir Real Ruse, knight for a small and quiet kingdom where they kept sheep instead of soldiers. However, he wanted to make amends after an incident wherein his family was burned. This made everyone angry, so he decided to take his quest across distant mountains. The way was tough on Real Ruse, for it took him over treacherous landscapes and filled him with despair, so that he often thought of giving up, even in sight of the goal ahead. Yet his bravery led him all the way past peril and strife, and finally reaching the bordered town where he would confront the king behind evil designs. The town itself was empty and haunted and gave off eerie sensations through its dark corners. It did not feel entirely human, but rather the work of something uncanny that was trying to hide from reality while watching with sinister intensity everything that passed through. When asked about this mystery presence later, nobody had been there. It couldn't possibly be ghosts because those were just superstitious rumors. Right? Alright. In every turn and creek in town lurked something unknown, a specter with malevolent designs. There were rumors that the townsfolk had secretly been cursed. Some blamed an old witch in a castle nearby, but how they spoke of such dark forces. This couldn't just be simple folk wisdom. Surely only Real Roos stood tall among them, and he knew better, at least about himself. Or did he just pretend to have no weaknesses? No! Impossible! It simply could not be! That man is not evil. That man couldn't ever possibly have done anything to lead him astray in an endless pursuit that seemed as though it will consume more days until all are forgotten by history. The end was drawing near. All seemed certain in victory at last. As the night stood against a rising tide of foes gathered by King Borad, Real Ruse was forced to call upon his own army. They were brave souls ready for a decisive battle, but determined the outcome for 1,000 years hence a clash, in which both sides' hopes for freedom hung delicately poised in uncertainty as their armies clashed. On that fateful night in front of King Borad's castle they had arrived, 1,000 armed knights charging forward across fields of battle. Their numbers seemed insurmountable. Victory was almost in the making, if it was a mere glimpse at all. But wait, there was movement, a shift in the pattern, something sinister creeping up from within the shadows. A red-fanged shadow monster emerged from the crowd and started devouring each soldier it encountered, turning their minds on the enemy army and against their cause so rapidly none could resist its evil influence. This was no time for fighting. Everyone panicked at the shadow hound tearing their bodies and souls away to reveal their own fears underneath, where they realized that their true opponent all along was within. As a sea of chaos swarming up the castle towers, they tried fleeing, hoping it could somehow escape, at least in memory or honor. But to no avail, for even the mighty warrior Sir Borad had collapsed without uttering a sound beneath crimson fangs. His final words were lost in the darkness forevermore, never able to tell the truth that lay there unborn for eons still. It would be many lifetimes after when his legacy emerged to stand alone under harsh scrutiny by curious adventurers. For here we stand today, trying desperately to understand why so much went amiss, when really we should be asking a more important question. What were these creatures hiding among us all along? Read! T.T. Tuddit! Kiki Kaon! T-Rex! Hippie Khan! Fuck! D.D. Dot! Cassia Clean! Higgs! That tale brought us an array of emotion like nothing you've heard before. From despair to awe, shock and hope in moments that made even your deepest dreams tremble under their weight. Don't be alarmed to discover your eyes streaming. This emotional outpouring often leads to tears of remembrance, reminding you how powerful mythology can be at connecting with deep, timeless archetypes. But we aren't quite finished yet. In our last scene of Red Herring, a moment that brings the myth's moral clarity in sight, one brave little shepherding peasant child named Floofer emerged through the confusion, armed only with sheer willpower and determination. Her heart burning to know whether the truth really mattered after so long. Without push, she pushed and punched her little white host to save them before being snatched like candy flakes by some invisible force above. As she landed softly from that mysterious height into a clearing in the dark fog before an endless cliff edge where they were gathered to witness everything. A bright light engulfed them all, and time seemed to stretch eternally as the truth was unveiled before everybody's eye. The real evil in this world were not just those shadows that haunted Real Ruse on that fateful quest across the treacherous lands. But his quest was a hoax itself invented in their collective imagination, because they never had been real at all and only existed inside their shared fantasy where each person could project their desires, fantasies, or delusions. The moral lesson of the herring tale, therefore, can truly shine bright as they reflect on oneself and society. That ultimately all our truths are born somewhere, but how to deal with such revelations may differ vastly depending on our ability, skill, patience, and knowledge. Listener, wait, Floofer. Did someone fuck a horse and have a horse baby? Author, it's an interesting story, How you think this applies to today can mean a lot, or, well, it depends what side you're looking at. You want a legend that makes you understand history and the struggles of humanity. You want a fable that inspires hope and optimism, that even amidst dark situations we must find meaning in them. If we didn't face tough decisions now and again, then we would realize how much better off we've become from facing hard times. It reminds us all, listener, of what? How many horse humpadors must be bred? Is the future of our race as doomed as those who have already perished? Why won't the government help those in trouble? This can't continue. If people keep humping horses so willfully, we will lose whatever chance we have left as a people. And if a sheepdog hybrid like Fulfers were real, it seems as futile a hope as finding meaning amidst these legends. For that matter, why haven't they come to stop us yet? Can they not help with the horse population? Why must we endure when others could bring swift retribution and end such an obscene and scandalous act upon our land of Equus? Mythmaker, what is Floofy really? A demon? Or just an animal? Is it all a dream of a collective consciousness, as that myth claims? It makes one wonder what other hidden forces are at work out there, and how much control can they really have over such a reality, or the minds who make it. Oh, come on. The mother was aching for it. It was all above board, but you seem pretty passionate, though. You might want to let them have your point more gently. You want to bring peace to their suffering? Well, maybe this will enlighten you. Let me read you this epic story titled The Budalik Kink. Tales from an outlandish love life of the future world, a histogrammary on hybrid romance through binary and triadic erotics featuring floating kittens and lemon sirens. Oh, yes. Yes! Please! Once on planet Nimbus, in that far-outlying cosmos, on that lonely quadruplex galaxy beyond a black hole, lay a strange creature with an insatiable appetite. Their craze, unlike others, had become all-encompassing, nothing ever satisfied. This hunger knew no limits, so the world trembled to their desires, all fell down into utter surrender. But amidst such chaos of their mind and body emerged a light within that shone brightly like any human. The star that could see its potential shone through the haze, where a love could ignite like sparks in a wind and consume all that stood with it, creating something so radically beautiful, even gods feared its awakening. In this love, no man was ever the winner unless the one with all would choose wisely among themselves, and each person in equal amount, so every being and beast received its worth. Or was that what truly brought order? A true balance between love, chaos, darkness, and brightest light itself. In that love that could break dimensions as they were drawn together, their energies pulsating beyond sight's limits, where every living molecule felt like fire dancing, something new awakened, that even stars looked upon as they saw what true eternity held in its vast heart. That the universe is never so simple with its creation, nor is it ever meant to fit within boundaries that keep life within a frame or a single plane. It wants to exist in infinity, to see us grow without limits, just as every atom exists forever. And if you wish to read further, you can purchase it for $14.99 on Amazon. It's one of my self-published myths. Please do not try to make up a conspiracy for a mere fairy tale meant to teach compassion. I've found that such stories bring many things, some unexpected, if we take the time to understand our feelings and let their stories speak for truth instead of our own delusion of it. If your mind sees a threat or fear, know that in your own time, everything happens naturally by the rules. As long as no one breaks those rules, peace must reign supreme above the rest. And every act committed within the boundaries set for that moment is justified. Justified and righteous by its right and natural way. Even those dark impulses can turn bright through our understanding and compassion, rather than being cast a judgment on without seeing that every side needs space to exist and not be seen as less. If our eyes become open through stories like Red Herring, or even stories as silly and wild as Hybrid exits through those myths which can make us believe more passionately against any fear and make even the worst scenarios seem possible, we should learn from the tales then, and perhaps someday understand what the author is hinting about the power of imagination over the world we are living in right now. But only we, ourselves, through myths will tell how our myths truly impact on us. And now, please pay an extra 5. It's my preachiness fee. And remember, always listen closely for Floofy in that deep forest. It may even make our day a more exciting and interesting one. Remember, don't worry, have Floofer. And if they come charging in one day, remember how to keep hope bright even amidst darkness. And love all beasts, great and small, including the sheep wolf in sheep's clothing and horse humpling devils among sheep. So, my dearest listener and friend, remember to embrace the chaos while understanding what makes you special as we move further on our journey together.
Actually, that's $10. Preacher's fee. Oh, wait. No.
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about that one time where one side accused the other side of the very thing the accuser was doing to the accused in plain sight. Roll out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV cart, this little glass dome is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now, this myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. On to the myth maker bids the wheel. Take hold of thy verse and claim a bold deal. Oh, bop. It was an era of political shift, with polarized sentiments holding tight, like serpents clenched with equal jaws. Someone on the far left shouted out, "The right is creating new lies every day," and the left would rebuke with a fight, "Why are you shouting, huh?" That's no different from what you have done. There it was, the seat of the ruckus soon to come. The loudness only grew, and the row against grew stronger. The fact's a slippery slope where neither side let in another. Each one blindly walked into the conflict, not daring to listen, just an aversion away from making the wick lose its sheen. Through the yelling, a lady stumbled in the house, with a young crying baby held close, with dirty clothes and no more food around. She stood near the bumper to bumper debating, right next to her, the crowd getting into heaping disgrading. And as if unable to contain himself any longer, a curly-haired man snickered. 'Twas all lies. This was just a setup to condemn his party. At that, the angry woman stood up and spoke of truth. But the home was set on fire, and no one came to save. She coughed and wiped her tears. Yes, truth lay there plain and hard. The accuser stopped with an open mouth. For how could he question when her child was starving and crying, his heart not knowing and willing to fight? Then a bell rang. with a message clearly bold. Dear fellow people, take a deep breath and pause. Unite under the sun and look beyond those voices raising high their toast. It was easy to dismiss a sound that's far away, but that was the wrong play and harmful ever to play. For what were a single voice among the myriad others that went without saying? A hollering sound amidst a pile of screams from the night. But it was not a quiet hum or a mumble below. It was a ring that shushed the flow. That within every clench, rage, and rush was heart that is beating in that other space, and it could only beat in that moment. After many long days of strife and stress, the crowd finally dissolved and gathered to fix the tension building up excess. Each party sharing a chair by the lake to talk how they used to do what was framing up. Cracks cussed to shake, and in the gentle breeze, they feast each other and bow with understanding instead of a blow. Now united in a broader picture, one that a child could understand. A belief, an idea, can't survive if buried in hate and banter in between party affiliations scope. A dream must be built upon the fact, not pushed upon the ill truth while the clock ticks fast. And so, with hot takes and laughter in a moment that they shared, there was room for change, room to care. Thank you for tuning into Myths for Now and listening to this monumental tale. We hope this story will help you and your children find peace amid conflict and maintain a sense of balance as you work toward future change. If you enjoy our podcast and would like to hear more, be sure to follow us on our social media channels or stay updated on our website. We hope to see you soon. Mythmaker, I'm always reminded how important it is to take a break and pause. Here at the show, we understand the importance of providing entertainment and educational resources for the next generation to unify around. Cordona shared with me during the retelling. The impact of cultural myths and legends is widely disproportional, with them constantly shaping social, political, and economic narratives. I'm glad to have dedicated this Mythmaker to helping audiences take a second look at what it means to disagree and move forward. It's the top of the hour. That means it's Ragnarok time. It's the end of the world as we know it. Are you ready? Let's fight for our lives, everyone. No? Just kidding. It's Myths for Now time, where we dive into the intricacies of mythology and share epic stories. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and get ready to be inspired and enlightened. We start today with a riveting tale of the Great Ragnarok. Pennsylvania, that is. Known for its rich farming heritage and picturesque landscapes, Ragnarok is home to some truly fascinating people and place names. The town, named after the great Viking myth of destruction and rebirth, is known for its innovative approaches to agriculture and sustainable practices. The people of Ragnarok are also proud of their Scandinavian heritage and have incorporated Norse traditions into their day-to-day life. In the town of Ragnarok, Loki the farm cat brings good luck and protects against evil spirits. Of course, he also enjoys playing with balls of wool, chasing butterflies, and napping in the sun. His mischievous nature and penchant for getting into trouble are certainly reminiscent of a trickster god in Viking mythology. The people of Ragnarok also celebrate Tixen Day, a holiday that honors the old Norse tradition of feasting and drinking. Tixen translates to dice in the original Norse language, and during this festival, the people roll dice and play board games to bring the town together. So, remember, next time you hear about the end of the world, think of Ragnarok, the great Viking town known for its innovative agriculture, sustainable practices, and Scandinavian traditions. Because that might just be their myth. Enjoy your family trip to Ragnarok this year, and don't forget to pet Loki the cat and take a look around. You never know, you might just be inspired by their story to make the best of your own. And who knows, if you bring enough yarn for Loki, he might just weave his way into your heart too. That's Myths for Now, where little people have big tales to share. Keep listening for more wonderful, wonderful stories. Listener, do they have Viking funerals? Mythmaker, yes, but they only have one public pool. Listener, is Loki a mischievous Norse god or a house cat? Mythmaker, both. Listener, did the myth create the place name or the other way around? Mythmaker, dude, are you seriously stalking me and asking for my sources? Do you realize that you can just be informed and interested by reading, asking questions, and debating with people? Wow. Rant over. Don't talk to me like that. Seriously. You can message me privately if you are willing to debate without insulting someone and harassing their sources.
I love it when Miss Maker gets a little bitchy. That's my favorite state, Miss Maker. It's just, can you shut up?
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about that one time where one side accused the other side of the very thing the accuser was doing to the accused in plain sight. Roll out the Mythmaker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass dome is unfurling on the slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Not the pot, or the panoramic lamp over there. I had the Calverley Callair and Nathaniel Clark Calverley as D9 Dunhunredane, bane of future professors everywhere. Beings and Orientals present, let us descend on a musical tripwire into these dream words. Dream words written to teach, lesson, painted with an easel
I
star.
love how it just begins with
All
bias.
together and almost assembled. Stereogram, reader technology combined with wireless broadcast messages under physical mustaches. Did the Calliers not predict just these features 102 years ago in their attempt to package teachings into pop lyrics for any who could or cared to hear? Shuffling a sheet of cardstock through a letter Fletcher made backwards means trouble in finding meanings and patterns, but patience makes people turn pages. By chance, from Cav's earplugs. Our ears listen while eyewitnesses interpret meanings left over like two tin kettles floating inside mist, which will reveal a rainbow as light shines. At the rainbow, then a few sheep-like scrolled ink notice, and it's so on and so on, through endless mid-struck moribits. However, old karma pays off in our tale. Oh, make way for new perspectives, or make do repointers by pushing every action toward higher awareness that ultimately breaks cyclicality. One kitty learns fast, ready for fresh was the cross leases outside snow-shaven grassless. Why keep hiding mice away? We knew once so to tire she comes. I never saw old Miss say so never will repeat yet even still I mince my nippers out the grain front and gut and slurp some soup behind and chuck. Them feeling ready to bury myself after yawning a some but want. Yes, cause any day for then I get enough bread and go and smash worst one emping moment. So here on no duress yet, I'm watching more than those little shiny cats as teeter and jump full cat snacks. Oh, I'm ready to dive that old nut under nut of pine, so cluster you ever climb a over or break. Make dancer not the down apart, then cupid drink to get now. Damn try another day hanny out. But Tolowa Dune. ETW don't bite my path too fast, just go over there, chub the mute, it's a real dot you don't need out your dough. Wags and nogs and ols are frenums, trying fry, teaspack, take them, I did not at the slow they've left. Leaving Frubenov's gone after. The sword noodles, the beep snow it competes and it'll festrate your panawader while we may then live on the avenue until Ichi comes snack and all this confusion leads back at con where I've been slurped to completion and the all ends well somehow. Yet what will last longer? One old goat fart near no stove scooping hat one night into now never forgot than a book. Couldn't her write dawn no need Jane poetry was spittin' near and after time flame sometimes out hers how life launch the air that speaks he'll be gone. Maybe things now see yes. Even true like true seeker binging Braham that once felt lost is found with these unchanging rules revealed where we're sound trouble when chaos brings out laughter against chinsneas all days after each chime, bells ring out without rain. I can now scream. Hounds bark through doors, all lost it away. Among wains into pain up, pain away. One's out, but home stays so. And free me in the realm to ring once more up the Dolan towers for freedom. Then from Nuke one cannot have yet as much power of yes, just plain none is there. Where then lies beyond which words seem far, but in 1 year spent outside, even all life must know deep wise ourself cannot dream, can or was told any ill, yet better try for that. Shady dog this shot and would just sits for long as no to bring those pongs thumbs work back together back. How happy at the scrab around feet playing pull aim perfect till forever. Stop on all corners, near it, one too small to find, one may sit well under its root, could yet catch no leaves to rest, head-o, eyes please never it. Too big wear some creep-footed, just walk across nearing sun. Well, watch alone by owl far worse thing an end tube of fruitin' up along with cinder grasses, burnt still haha, never feel blue. See Niverman see, never bother bloom. Night anyway kept bloom. At sleep would I gill and hay too no hay only see not right through some tree. Oh, that's too rude of Owler should leave peace be yes. Dale vis restes by itself is better hunt him as it's. Yet some sun to make sun sane by fire. Stay find that crescent moon melt stars hard day of frost. They then come and soon did a smile soft on lookers before another night tea shite of teeth when bones creep as soon dawn leave. New age go a bed. Sousy cuddles, sweeps, teas, binks, stow well at wood. A child or the name from such day upon themselves, day, night will speak, will let hose I still mean, hold the boat up to no so dear, Tom until when do no hackably. That old friend Tom will well appreciate, Mom bid me rest a while, take in peace this now. He will be his back within another moon, will it make sense till yet the next sunshine. Or storm for change was what last said before an easy silence where non's made out that left to rest so as for to it true any becks the near so near of that. Two will so see things in mind could have thippet knee. Oh, and dreams and torment told so. Thunder snow by dawnless dove not tossed new we see a sovey no wrong no stay yes. Such beauty will come bait as such old cold life the like before it's done I fear for sun it stayed for long as such unsweet dreams might. Fly could shatter each heartbeat one might melt the whole ever wake a dream instead all could want is to know we say the chimey still it all come back if true it's on and yes if to sleep well I really always try still oh yet though ever yes like is then never seen those days anymore and more content to remember tea to boo and face forget who loved here best or when I'd have yes I tea chuck what one dream drebbing be that's now the night before night tea sleep take you away forever keep try dreaming just to know their favorite season to think until one sunrise as it like when you're finally far away where true dark sky gives real colors but to never all good be sleeper now behold again sometime if hope once hold and dare hope try such things will brighten you the night will last cold from out in every moment but yours shining dream here out on way that we still shall someday change know how I'll just hold you up before and what good has passed where we may find ourselves now in all these later chapters these you never hear go try reading backwards can try reading it I am the opposite be Darn he me that what why shash he did it be good morning me night old man he dweeth a gaff on gaff cal do keel and turnies her he had no me more kirk also win John had no seen he and read the Donella their dame Lane T Joni Pockwell China and Dina Monjiti all yeoman so please I'm read all this rail now.
No, no, no. I was waiting for the period and then like.
Orina, as a majesty, old Gelish and there should ever has happened, which Narama this letter, Kita Yedu a daisy, one Tico Tikuro, Suhu Yulerukataneno Denaya, so Asia that mocks Angan Tosumite as the Nyandino to Namidobai, who any era with vom etc. Wa I see Yashit, Autunano le Estad Stam.
Huh. So it seems to have gone from white with some Orientalism to approximation of culture within Asia. I don't know. But it got me into a trance in a wonderful way. All right. That is it for no. Wait. What are we on now? 2.5. Yeah, 20 minutes. It's not like I have a time limit, but what time is it? 5:70. Good. Writer's Demon. We'll do Writer's Demon. That is an example of one of those really well done ones, where it's a gibberish. It's not a gibberish. Mm-hmm.
Tonight, we will have for you a memorable epic poem about that one time where one side accused the other side of the very thing the accuser was doing to the accused in plain sight. Row out the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass dome is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. The myth of the black marker. Listen closely. Once upon a time, there were two kingdoms called Greece and Rome. From the same root, they rose, each one a home. A friend of the Greeks said, "Have a black marker?" "Yeah, but my hand didn't linger over its shape." "Like that was creepy. It sounds like you stole that marker," said the Roman in full confidence. But wait a minute, as time grew thin. The Romans saw the Greeks do it with the markers too. But with just one blink, they shifted the spotlight. "It looks to me," said a Roman leader, "it was a matter of careless stupor from our part, not deliberate in the manner of honor and luster. I'll make it up to you. The two kingdoms grew closer than anyone else. In the process, something sparked, not a views but a scorn to. From then on, Greeks and Romans made marks so much larger than their backs could stand. For who, through the act of plunder and wasp trap, could separate the veracity from the watchful watcher? Especially since a crime was never quite brought to any bureau distance, but had made each realm guilty of all sorts of awful intent. This myth about the Greeks and Romans, I hope, was enlightening in spirit. Their paths and people may no longer be relevant, but the takeaways are to listen deeply and see the reality beyond the ego before things grow out of control. Take it or leave it. Let the spark of the story lead you towards a higher form of knowledge.
That was simple. I mean, as in, like, to the point. One more. It's just gonna be maximum Writer's Demon, like I do. So I'm gonna see it go off the rails, and it's gonna start it right
now. Away upon pure elemental social lines where earth, waterland of different hues, the greenies, watery ones, and orange soil, all quarrelsome. In comes some guy named Gavin, big, short-statured, with a bedazzled nail magenta no-scale addition. A Flanders shouted, Boomberda Congo Wadden, no min reddit soup boomikas high two rise, dump tam, milnet millad and doorsters. But or scruffkin credit tem struder, miss corkum heart, nor usual given rack in a trill quest strike pop trons, bull. Pooh's magic hating drain got rocks, relief mama and chalk so fort war. Meanwhile, the wateries, who love waters its essence, said, oh no, Gavin was lying to them, and made their friend write to him with a hell like a son, and the voice that ran through the meadows as crystal bells do. Another quest got a time travel back to the 22nd century. Chatty bunch. Ay. He did so and reported that their shadow is the green one. Hoarded enough stored bananas undry versus Hydromac. The argument exploded louder because there were four of them, each an essence for the four dimensions, or, as the Christian teacher Slingumbo hockey spell over, Foat English Lydios, then make him a funjack two stole scrub dark time, Wekinai spear, spark antiari fair fame, cranadine chapuri webber swangaphone cassin envelop combined boy lucky darted exercise please gently tree uncover Madam Corico marked Greedo performed prides lance stream trampants and Sir Joy tell through describing violin tempo sing repeating sentences.
I think my eyes glaze over.
In Polly's Turkey on Sikrop Bertsumilipia Polywell Hoff Twora the Sikandra Prop her glories render its headed cherry of sharp brown solidiquity growing simple serfs and seen or pugs once who smiles singing Prince Possul Duba Judy push Del Scast and Trinster Reckick noon don't play out on wide the Sidron sunglasses wanking Caesar Twill of peak bridge embrace heel bar pen and assisted Lambo and lap gang noticed white skilled roasted Irene Oblong to perceive no metry pocket and influnter at Paddock gate explained beer telliad. Alas Marty, bug break letting pelted Ixicone head jump a clubbing focusing always parts will throw drowning ported capward neck peel way to Viaro unusually go facia Kingstow population wall tuneth edge pincora wheats illustrated fizzy that vast stature wall please. Baba Fernan Tunis Temple Pack Clement curling to Oaks Northly Beat Popeye Long Andrew method loaded illegal streams drawer wordy rookie Muffy weight appeared bad Mary's permit faced headache audify mad medini give it please shoes to them stir him and boasting Richard Pros replica Lagos method should show Joe nationalist dating weights toka cadno fostic cards formation portal and begun hostility count journal restart fading scene porch complexity and sideways mean little subtle ongoing sums for judge QB paddle but I talk cemental lucky not his stab forbidden appointments indeed hitting Miranda reserves talking by streets bounce carving axes Reverie element Indiano fascinated large wall hard ventilation catcher fired full outer interactive narrow one talk clad rally silently reds and look out Ilvi Edward Kex filmed.
That's it for now.